The Battle of Tinchebray was fought the 28th of September 1106, in the town of Tinchebrai, Normandy, between an invading force led by King Henry I of England, and his older brother Robert Curthose, the Duke of Normandy. Henry's knights won a decisive victory, capturing Robert and imprisoning him in England and then Wales until Robert's death. The previous year Henry had invaded Normandy, taking Bayeux and Caen. He was forced to break off his campaign owing to political problems arising from the investiture controversy. With these settled, he returned to Normandy in the spring of 1106. After quickly taking the fortified abbey of Saint-Pierre-sur-Dives, Henry turned south and besieged the castle of Tinchebrai, on a hill above the town. Tinchebrai is on the border of the county of Mortagne, in the southwest of Normandy, and was held by William, Count of Mortagne, who was one of the few important Norman barons still loyal to Robert. Duke Robert then brought up his forces to break the siege, and, after some unsuccessful negotiations, decided that a battle in the open was his best option. Henry's army was organized into three groups. The main two were commanded by Ranulph of Bayeux, Robert de Beaumont, 1st Earl of Leicester, and William de Warenne, 2nd Earl of Surrey. In addition he had a reserve, commanded by Elias I of Maine, out of sight on the flank. Also on Henry's side were Alan IV, Duke of Brittany, William, Count of Evreux, Ralph of Tosny, Robert of Montfort, and Robert of Grandmesnil. On Robert Curthose's side were William, Count of Mortagne, and Robert of Bellam, 3rd Earl of Shrewsbury. The battle itself only lasted an hour. Notably, Henry ordered much of his force of knights to dismount, as he did himself. Unusual for Norman battle tactics, infantry played a decisive role. The Count of Evreux charged the front line, comprising troops of Bayeux, Avranches and the Catentin. The intervention of Henry's reserve proved decisive. Most of Robert's army was captured or killed. Besides Robert himself, those captured include Edgar Atheling, and William, Count of Mortagne. Robert de Bellam, commanding the Duke's rearguard, turned his back on the Duke and led the retreat, saving himself from capture or death. Most of the prisoners were released, but Robert Curthose and William of Mortagne were to spend the rest of their lives in captivity. But Robert Curthose had a legitimate son, William Clito, whose claims to the dukedom of Normandy led to several rebellions that continued through the rest of Henry's reign. In fiction, the battle is depicted in Rosemary Sutcliffe's 1960 historical fiction novel Knight's Fee.